Why do I attract toxic people into my life? Okay, so I had a little reflection and I've noticed that I was the one attracting a lot of toxic people into my life and thinking that it was something wrong with me, that I keep on attracting them. Well, it kind of is my fault because shortly after I realized that I had a toxic relationship with myself. And yes, I was using those affirmations that I've heard online of like quick fixes and looking in the mirror and just telling yourself how much you love yourself. But this is really bullshit if you don't believe in that, because in your core, like deep down, if you convinced and living by knowing that you're actually toxic to yourself, as in like you're sabotaging yourself or doing some harm to yourself, this is a sign that you don't love yourself. All the values that you have within yourself, it represent of the people outside of you. They say for a reason, show me your 5 friends and I'll tell you who you are. It makes a lot of sense. And with that, I had a quick realization of my friends. And yes, they are toxic. Why is that? Because part of me, I am toxic. I was toxic to myself. The minute I've cut everyone and someone would just say like, oh, they feel lonely, I feel solitude because it's the first time in my life. At the age of 40, I can really realize who I am and what I represent and what my values are. Therefore, I cut off all this crap from my life. All the exes disappeared. Better yet, better yet, when I set my boundaries, the people that they used to manipulate and control me, they gaslighted me. Funny, but hey, I don't care. Now, the lesson over here is, have you ever had a chance to actually sit down with yourself and wonder what is that you want to what is that you represent and what is that you want to change, or if you're even willing to change, why the change is not happening, why you are ending being this toxic sixth friend. Check with yourself what kind of relationship really truly you have within yourself, and then if you're looking to change, start changing yourself and you will see the environment, the people around you, they're gonna disappear. You'll no longer be able to feed your toxic energy. But the minute you're gonna start shifting and changing, be careful, because friends that you thought they are friends, you'll see them for who they really are, and that's the scariest part. That's what happened with me also. Little backstory here: I had this friend of mine who I thought he's a friend, but very shortly after that, I've realized a man who cannot fucking help you to carry a suitcase 2 stories up, where he knows I have health problems and it's harder for me than it's harder for him. This is just a mannerism. This is just like out of politeness. He would have offered that and he didn't. And I thought that was my friend. I know, simple thing like this, but then I realized he's literally manipulating me and controlling me, something what my father used to do. And the minute I set really strong boundaries, he gaslighted me and he was flipping the script, basically blaming me, and I was the victim. And I don't need that kind of energy. I certainly don't need someone who is setting my nervous system on fire. I don't need that. I choose peace because finally, shortly after that, I've realized this is not what I represent and this is not how I want to communicate with anybody and calling them friends. I really hope that resonates with you. If it does, thumbs up and just comment what you're struggling with the most.